Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we are at Bell Works in Holmdel, New Jersey. This is a unique one-of-a-kind building. It opened originally in the 60s as the Research and Development Lab for the Bell Telephone Company. It stayed in use for 44 years before it finally closed down, and for several years it sat abandoned before it was finally repurposed in the mid-2000s as a mixed-use urban hub. So think retail, dining, and you were just free to come here and just walk around the building and hang out. So it's a really unique and beautiful building. But if you've seen the hit show Severance, you'll recognize this building as the headquarters of Lumon Industries. So we're going to go take a walk, check this place out. It's really something beautiful and special. So let's go. So here we are at Bell Works, aka Lumon Industries. And one of the distinctive features of this building is its reflective glass exterior. It earned this place the nickname, the world's largest mirror. Let's go inside and take a walk around. It's really amazing in here. So take a look at this here, this sunken conversation pit with integrated seats and tables. Just a very old school design feature. I love stuff like this. You don't see this stuff anymore, and it's so cool to see this here. Just check that out. The table is built right into the floor. So this is the front entryway that's featured in the show Severance, and I believe you can see this clock in a few shots. I'm not certain on that, but I know that this is the front entryway where they first come in. So it is a rainy day today, so it seems like it is very busy in here. But just look at this building and how impressive it is. And you can see we have these sort of monolithic concrete blocks here. And now if you've seen the show Severance, they have a face engraved into them. I'm not sure who exactly the face belongs to. I haven't finished watching the show, so no spoilers in this video, and no spoilers in the comments, please. But you'll know that from Severance, so that's where that big face is. They have these really cool little light tiles here. I'm not sure if there's any sort of significance behind them, but they're add a nice little touch to this place. So down here, they actually have a theater and a conference area. So now I can't go down here because it's closed for a private event. But we can see this stairwell here. Now, if you've seen the show Severance, this particular stairwell is featured in several scenes. I can't go down there and get the exact shot that they use, but this is the one. And I just want to point out this little detail on how this planter is just integrated directly into the floor like this. It's one of these beautiful old school architectural features. Really cool. Let's get another look at this stairwell. Yeah, you kind of see how they have it set up in the show. Alright, so over here on this wall, it features some of the historical inventions and innovations that took place in this building. And I want to go through some of them and just kind of highlight just how important the achievements at this building were. We had radio astronomy, the laser, evidence of the Big Bang Theory, quantum Hall effects. I don't even know what that means, high-fidelity sound recording, transmission of stereo, speech synthesizer, digitalized music. All the things that have just become mainstays of our modern life happened here in Bell Labs. Let's see, what else did they innovate here? Long-distance TV, picture phone, animated movies, HD TV. HD TV in 1989. I did not know it's been around for that long. First binary digital computer, long-distance computing, Unix, first digital computer art. Here's more stuff. First telephones, cellular telephones, touch-tone telephones, fiber optic. It's just really amazing to just think about all the things that happened here at Bell Labs. And here we have more historical photos of Bell Labs. Could you imagine working at a place like this? Just being on the forefront of all that technological innovation. Stuff that really changed the world as we know it. Stuff that's just so common nowadays and just, you know, major aspect of our lives. It's just kind of crazy to think that, you know, at one point it just wasn't all here, you know? Okay, and here we have some information about the architecture of the building itself. Here we can see an overhead view, and it's actually surrounded by bodies of water, which we can see right there. I actually parked my car right in that lot as I came in here today, and that's what the building looks like from overhead. And it's just encased in reflective glass all over. And this is very interesting. It's actually 4 separate buildings connected by the main atrium. Just look at that again. And then over here, this is a water tower, which is actually shaped like a transistor. And that's still outside. And here we can see what one of the offices would have looked like back then. It's just really amazing to stand in a place like this that not only so many amazing technological achievements took place here, but it's also just such a beautiful architectural marvel, you know? I mean, I've kind of become an architecture nerd since I've started making this channel and just visiting all these cool buildings, so a place like this, it's really something amazing. So I am a big enthusiast for indoor live plants, and they got some really lovely ones here at this little bar area. So I don't think the bar is open right now, but I guess this is sort of just like a little lounge area, and they got this really nice, really big foosball table. Take a look at that. I don't think I've ever seen a foosball table this big. And what do we have over here? Is this a phone booth? Another thing that just used to be everywhere in the world and now has completely disappeared. And we even have an old school payphone. And check that out, it's actually a rotary payphone. Now, I remember payphones from when I was a kid, but I don't remember seeing ones with a rotary on it. That's really something. Hi, Mr. Milchek? I can't come into work today. No, I don't think I can come in. And take a look at this. Here we have another thing that has just disappeared from the world entirely. These are old phone books. Now, if you're old like me, you remember getting phone books sent to you and having to look up numbers if you wanted to call somebody. Kind of a cool little stand here where they all swing out like this. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Walking along here, we can see all of these little restaurants and shops and cafes. So this has sort of become almost like a little miniature mall inside this building. And just think that, you know, decades ago, this was a science lab. This was where major scientific breakthroughs took place, right here in this building. Really kind of crazy to think about that, and it's just a great way to repurpose a building, in my opinion. Oh, so this is pretty great. They actually have a library here in Bell Works. And now I think libraries are a great thing. I think we need more public libraries in more places. So it's good to see one here. And look at that. It looks like they've made sort of like a curtain out of old book paper. Really neat. Oh, look at that. They even have an ice cream parlor here at Bell Works. That's great. So this is Bell Market, and it looks like some sort of food court or something here. Looks like it has different food stands and I guess a bouncy house in the center. It doesn't look like it's open, but I'd be interested in going in and seeing what kind of food and stuff they have there. Okay, so in through here, I believe this is where the elevators are. And just look at this. This looks like something straight out of Lumon Industries. I feel like if I go up on that elevator, I'm gonna end up being a different person when I get on my floor. And just look at this lighted ceiling. Oh, that's great. And these modernist chairs. So one thing I really like are these sort of unique postmodern seats they have here. Definitely different than your usual benches and chairs. These kind of cool cylindrical padded seats they have. And so I believe all the spaces up along here are being used as like leasable office space. So much like it was back when this was an active research and development lab, all of those are workspaces. It's just a really beautiful building, just so open, you know, you can see the whole building from wherever you're at, and just all up above us, just this natural light coming through, just completely skylight all the way through. So this is really neat. These are different art pieces featuring images of Bell Works. And here we can see the catwalks down along here. Over here we have an astronaut, and he's floating above these really cool seats. Kind of a fun idea here. Here we have an astronaut with the planets as a group of balloons. And the transistor water tower. Over here we can see the outside of the building, and it's emphasizing the importance of washing hands. Got some really big people hanging out on top of the building. Just some fun artwork here. Just look at these beautiful trees they have planted here. So now, if you look up old photos of this place from the time period that it wasn't being used, there were planters that were actually integrated in the floor, and I think they've removed them all at this point, but they just let the plants get overgrown, and it just had sort of this crazy apocalyptic look to it. It's really wild. You'll have to go check out those photos. They have these trees here now, and they just look so nice. Look at this fountain, you guys. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful fountain. So this is basically an indoor park. They have this whole basketball court set up here. That's really something. Just a great way to repurpose an old building like this. And so they have a matching fountain on this side of the building as well. I'm so glad that they decided to restore this. instead of getting rid of it. So I know so many places have gotten rid of their fountains. So thank you for joining me on this trip to Bell Works in Holmdel, New Jersey. I spend a lot of time visiting abandoned buildings, dying spaces, things like that, and I always hear people say, you know, they should turn this into housing, turn it into a public space, do something with it, you know. This is a great example of a success story where they actually were able to take a space like this and turn it into something that is being used and really appreciated by people. You can see just how many people were in there just enjoying the time there, you know. The third space is disappearing, which is a place that's not home, not work, where people can just go and there's no expectation to spend money or anything like that. They're disappearing, and it's a really horrible thing that's happening. So to see a place like this be resurrected as a third space, I think it's just a really great thing, and it makes me really happy to see. So thank you for joining me on this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.